Chapter 12. Have you ever wanted to drop this so you didn't have to deal with the repercussions of your actions or deal with an awkward situation? That is exactly how Zim felt, and he knew Queen Shanica felt it as well. What Zim assumed would have been a warm welcome turned into an awkward encounter, where every uncomfortable emotion slithered all over his body like the dragons did during tag. He had no idea what was going to happen next, but he did know was that it would be something to write about. I'm sorry, what? Those were the only words that Queen Shanika could muster out of her belly. You heard me. King Aero coded those words with sass. This is the child you, my wife, had with Zempyro, the alpha of the Pyrodragons. Queen Shanika's face turned more red than the flames that came from the Pyrodragons. She lost her words and did not want to find them. You? Quiet? He was enjoying this moment as if he was waiting a lifetime for it. I do say this is a first. Yes, I've known about your one-night stand with Zempyro. The second you finished the act, I knew that you ran to your sister's late at night and gave her the egg that contained Zem. I knew you'd been sending your sister money for years to keep your secret. I know it all. I say it all the time. I know everything that goes on in my kingdom. Queen Shanika did not even try to smile, cry, or hug her way out of it. She just stood there in complete silence, allowing it to speak for her. Your Majesty, Zim tried to break the awkwardness with his words. You said Zempyro. That is my name. I assume my dad's name was Zempyro, so we call him Zim Senior. King Aero let out a belly laugh so hard that it shook the castle and what seemed like the dragonlands around him. Zim was prepared, though. He knew King Aero was the alpha to the Aero dragons, so his air power was stronger than expected. No, Zim. King Aero chuckled through it. Your dad Zim Senior name is Zim Hydro. You see, he is the alpha to the Hydro dragons. All alphas of their respective elements have the name Zim in front of their name. It means alpha of. For example, I am Zim Aero, and I am the alpha to the Aero dragons. My oldest, which I'm happy about this, will not only be the next ruler, but the alpha of the Aero dragons. Zim was dumbfounded at this information, and his face showed it. See, Zim, the reason why you don't know about this information is because it was in a book that my wife was supposed to publish 16 years ago. But for some reason, never got around to it. I'm sure that she will now, won't you? His smile was layered and coated in sarcasm. The thought of her opening her mouth sent daggers to her chest. Anyway, she will explain all about this and that when she's tutoring you. Zim knew there would never be more of an uncomfortable moment in his life than this right here. He knew that this moment would be a cautionary tale to always be honest. So here's how this day will go. He added an extra layer of sarcasm to his voice. The kids are on their way to breakfast. You will introduce them to their older brother and make sure to tell them that he is their older brother. Zim, you will spend lunch with them and get to know them. They are your younger siblings, after all. But before lunch, we will all spend some time together because I, as well as Zim, need to find out some things. And there is only one person I know that can answer some questions on behalf of Zim and I. King Aero had more he wanted to add it, but saw his children flying in the distance and decided it's best to table this conversation over breakfast. Literally.